Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lions Den with another music commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, I hate doing stories like this. It's like a broken record. This is basically the new norm. When police is still killing us, and this is really sad. Now, I broke the story on my social media. I want you guys to check it out. Um, Matthew the Doc Williams, 35-year-old man, was shot and killed in his own home after police. I mean, when he had a bucket in his hand. Um, Tariq Nasheed, first broke the story on his Twitter. Shouts out to him. And then I looked at the story and I retweeted. And then all of a sudden I went to one of his family members' Facebook page, which was his sister. And before I read this article, I'm going to explain to you what happened. So, the DeKalb County Sheriff's deputies was looking for two men, and so obviously, the two men thought that one of them was, really was Matthew. Matthew had a bucket in his hand, so and they didn't know that Matthew didn't do anything. He just had a bucket in his hand that night. So gunshots rang out. And Matthew tried to jump over in his home, right? So, to make a long story short, they found him inside his house, on the ground with blood around him, and they found the man dead. Now, this article I'm gonna read to you is from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and remember, you know, just trying to get over Dante Wright's situation. And then another situation. And again, like, when is this going to stop? It's like every single day there's police involved shootings, like almost every day, and the mainstream media doesn't report it. And you want to know why they don't want to report it? Because it felt like, they're not thinking that this is the main story or the top story. And this is why I'm here. This is why Information Man is here. This is why Seji Hito, Tarian Rain, the True Roy family, Lisa Cabrera, the plainest Jane. This is why content creators like us, this is why we're here bringing you the stories that the mainstream media refuses to even bring it to you. And this is sad. And I like I said, I posted all of this on my Facebook, on my Instagram, and on my Twitter. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this story to you because this is so heartbreaking. And not only that, he is mentally ill. So he's a mentally ill man. But whether he's mentally ill or not, this is totally unnecessary of what happened to him. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article. Again, it's from the Atlanta Journal and Constitution. It said, family of the Cobb County man who was shot and killed by police at his home Monday afternoon is demanding answers and questioning the officer's descriptions of events. Matthew Zadok Williams, 35, was shot inside his Decatur area condominium after police said he lunged at officers with a knife on two separate occasions. Now, y'all, I'm gonna want you to hear this because the story I found out from his sister, and again, y'all can check out my Facebook. Is go to facebook.com/The Real Lions. Then you can scroll down, and the story was there. This is what she said. She said in her mind that they're looking for two men, right? And the brother wasn't even one of those men they was looking for. And so they said there was gunshots rang out. He had a bucket on his hand, and he tried to jump over the fence. We hear gunshots, and then all of a sudden they found him. He got shot in his own home. And then it turns out that it was a mistaken identity. So the police says that they lunged him with officers, but the family said that's really not the case. He had a bucket in his hand, and he's trying to avoid getting hit by gunfire. and unfortunately, it hit him and it was too late. So let me finish this article. So he says, but William's mother and sisters said he despised violence, never ever been in a fist fight, and was reluctant to kill insects or other pests that found in their way inside his home. And it says that he was a nonviolent person. He wouldn't kill a bug, his sister Hannah Williams said, as she and her siblings consoled their grieving mother Wednesday afternoon. They don't believe Williams would have attacked officers and calling on the Cobb County Police Department to release the body cam footage of the deadly shooting. The department did not make the video available Wednesday when asked by Atlanta Journal-Constitution. I'm going to stop you right there. Why not? Why haven't they released the video of what really happened? It's like they want to cover up what they did. And obviously, like I said, the sister said that he had a buck in his hand, and so the Cobb County Sheriff's deputies are looking for two men. They didn't description. I mean that Williams didn't even fit the description. But then when Williams hearing gunshots, that's when he ran and jumped over his fence at his home, and then that's when he was hit, and then he died in his house. I'm going to continue reading this article. It says, according to the GBI, officers responded to the Terrence Apartments near I-20 about 4 p.m. after receiving a call about a man with a large knife. But that's not what the sister said. But I'm going to continue to read this article. It says authorities have not said who made the initial 911 call or released the audio citing the ongoing investigation. While police said Williams lunged at officers twice, one neighbor told AJC he saw the man run from police and dive through a glass window into his bedroom before the first shot rang out. Based on what we're hearing, whatever happened is very, very different from what police are reporting, said attorney Mallory Davis, who is representing the Williams family. He said he concerns investigators of crafting a false narrative to distract from the latest fatal shooting of a black man. We are in a time in our history as a country and a state where we can no longer hide behind open investigations, Davis said. If there is a body cam footage, it has to be released immediately so that this family can see, so that the world can know what the truth is. Williams' family described him as a day trader and a homebody who spent most of his free time with loved ones. He didn't party much and never went to clubs. His only previous run-ins with the law involving traffic violations, Hannah Williams said. She said at this point, the family has more questions than answers, but she believes her brother was outside his condo working on a plumbing issue when the first officers arrived. Witnesses told her they saw him outside carrying a blue bucket, but never saw a weapon. I'm going to stop you right there again. I told y'all. That's what the sister said. The sister said on her Facebook, and you can check it out on my Facebook page, that her brother did have a bucket in his hand. And when shots were fired, that's when he ran, jumped over his fence, and then all of a sudden, he was hit. And, blood was around near his body, inside his condo, dead. Let me say, they caught him by surprise while he was working on his own home. And that's why he ran, Hannah Williams said. He was so scared, he kicked his own window in just to get away. Jason Neal, a brick mason who has lived in the complex for more than 15 years, had just gotten off work when he noticed several patrol cars blocking the street at the front of his neighborhood. He said he didn't see the initial interaction with police, but saw Williams running toward his home and scurry onto the roof before kicking in a glass window and diving through it head first. He said he never saw a weapon in the man's hand as he ran back to the house. He kicked the window a couple of times and just went in, Neal said. He must have been scared. Several minutes later, he heard a single shot and a scream. A few minutes after that, he heard police fire 3 or 4 more shots from outside the home, he said. Authorities said Williams had 2 separate encounters with the Cobb officers that resulted in shots being fired, but investigators are not sure when he was hit and injured. Once contact was made, So, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to hear what the officers are saying. That he said he had a knife in his hand. I want you to hear this. It says once contact was made, he lunged at officers with the knife, causing one of them to discharge their firearm. The Cobb police spokeswoman, Michelia Vincent, said. The second encounter happened when additional officers arrived and spotted Williams at the entrance of his condo, according to the GBI. Authorities said Williams was still holding the knife as officers tried to arrest him. Police tried using a taser on Williams, but it didn't work. The GBI spokeswoman, Natalie Ammons, said after that, at least one officer fired at Williams again. His body was later discovered inside the home. Neal called the shooting tragic and said he believes Williams might still be alive if police had called in a negotiator to speak with him. Ladies and gentlemen, that's bullshit. They would have killed him anyway. See, this is the way they try to explain to y'all is that they think that Williams was in the wrong. But witnesses even said that he never was violent. He never even had a knife in his hand. Only a bucket, a blue bucket. Even his sister even said that he had a bucket in his hand. But way before that, they said, and this is what the mother said. Now, like, again, this is what his mother said, that the police was looking for 2 men. That's exactly what the mom said. That that they were looking for 2 men. They had no idea that. They really didn't think Williams was part of that. And now all of a sudden, now they said that Williams had a knife in his hand. Which is it? And then they said, well, if Williams would have been alive, he had called negotiators. No, they wasn't. They wouldn't kill him anyway. Even if he did have a knife, the thing of it is that, so in other words, you want to kill a man with basically no one had mental ill. Everybody knows he had mental issues. But y'all, they're gonna kill a black person has mental issues. They don't care about that. But if it's someone white, we already know what's up. They're gonna talk him down and blah blah blah. So they talk about he would have been alive and negotiate speech with him, and really they wouldn't even allow to do that to happen. Let's be real. And it says he was already in the house. He wasn't outside at all, he said. It kind of bothered me that the police would shoot you in your own house. That's right. They should have brought in the negotiator to talk to the man. Williams' family said he must have been terrified, especially if police surprised him outside with their guns drawn. He went into the house because he thought he would be safe there, Williams' mother, Chris Ann Lewis, said, as she held a photo of her only son. He thought he would be safe. How could you kill a man who's inside a house if you're outside? How is he a threat? Exactly. I'm going to stop you right there again. But then the police told everybody he had a knife. He launched the officers at a knife. The officers didn't have no choice but to shoot him. But then they retracted a statement before that, because remember, the mom even said that they was looking for 2 men. That's what if I had a video, I would have played with you what the mom said, but unfortunately, Reaction would not allow me to do that. But I will explain that, yes, the mom did explain that police was looking for 2 men, and her son wasn't one of them, in other words. So he was scared, so that's why he ran in the house, and that's when police shooting at him, killing him. So it said she didn't know her son had been killed until the GBI came to her home the following day and told her. She later went back to Williams' home and found his shoes in the yard. She believes it fell off as he was running away. In a brief statement, the Cobb police said the department is conducting an internal review into the police shooting while the GBI conducts an independent investigation. Some department released body cam footage of police shootings shortly after they occur, while others wait for the GBI to submit its findings. The Cobb police have been involved in so many DeKalb police have been involved in some controversial police shootings in recent years, some prosecuted, some not. The most high-profile case led to the conviction of an officer whose superiors had once determined probably didn't belong on the streets. But staffing shortage forced Robert Chip Olson onto patrol duty, and when concerned neighbors phoned 911 about a naked man walking outside his Chamberlain apartment complex on March 9, 2015, Olson responded to the call. An adverse reaction to medication had led Afghanistan war veteran Anthony Hill to this role. He was approaching the officer seeking help. Olson ordered him to stop, but Hill, unarmed, kept coming. Olson fired 2 shots at close range. Hill died at the scene. A DeKalb jury found Olson guilty of aggravated assault but acquitted him of felony murder. He was sentenced to 12 years in prison plus 5 years probation. Williams' family said he's typically supported law enforcement and often defended cops during discussion about police reform. In Minnesota, a veteran police officer has been charged with second-degree manslaughter after she said she mistook her gun for a taser and fatally shot a 20-year-old man over the weekend. The latest police shooting of a black man sets off several nights of protests in a Minneapolis suburb still reeling from George Floyd's death last year. The youngest of 6 children and the only boy, Williams' family said he went out of his way to make sure his siblings had whatever they needed. A real estate investor turned day trader, he helped support his older sisters by watching their children or paying off their bills as they worked their way through law and medical school. When one of his sisters was diagnosed with cancer, he let her live in one of his homes rent-free so she could focus on getting better. Williams' family said it feels like they're trapped in a nightmare they can't wake up from. I want the video released so the truth can be out there, Lewis said. What they're saying makes no sense. There's no reason for them to have shot and killed my son. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution article. Ladies and gentlemen, this is, to me, shows you that police-involved shootings of black people in this country is starting to get worse and worse. And I'm just very disappointed because the criminal justice system is going to believe what the police are going to say or do. You heard the media say, they already said that he got a knife and lunged at officers. But witnesses said that he didn't have no weapon at all. Only thing he has was a blue bucket in his hand. A blue bucket, y'all. What he's going to do with a blue bucket? And why you think that if he was a threat, why he's inside his home? Try to avoid a police situation. Y'all, when I found out about this story, it's like history is repeating itself over and over and over and over again. Look at this family. They lost the one and only son. And it's getting frustrated, y'all, because the mainstream media, as usual, ain't reporting this story. I found out through Tariq Nasheed's Twitter about this story, and then because I think Tariq talked to a person that knows the family, said the family would get back at him on the story. But then I went on Facebook and I found his sister on Facebook, and I did the story myself. And y'all can check it out on my Facebook, my Twitter, and my Instagram. This story, because it's all on there. You can find me on Facebook at The Real Lions Den. You can tweet me or find me on Twitter at The Real Lions Den, and you can Instagram me at _real_lions_den 2. This family and other families like them lost loved ones through police-involved shootings all the time. And then they'll try to make a lie it's the victim's fault. That the victim launched them with a knife. which is bullshit in my opinion. How the hell he gonna launch him tonight? He's already inside his house. Y'all, this is frustrating. And the police are gonna lie, try to save face. And I mean, obviously, this is it's like a new norm to black people in this country. And now you see why the black community don't trust the police. Now you see why black people don't want the cops around their neighborhoods because of stuff like this. You look at stories after stories of police involved shootings and vigilante shootings. It's gonna drive people crazy or crazier. And it's sad, y'all. And I'm the I mean, yes, Tariq did the story. Tariq and she did the story, but I'm the one put it out there on social media. Lions Den did on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And now I posted this on YouTube just to show you what really happened. And the sister herself telling everybody what happened to her brother. So y'all let me know what you think about this. I mean, I give it I'm sick and tired of giving my thoughts and prayers to the family. I'm getting sick and tired of police officers apologize to the families. You just killed an innocent man. And then lie and tell the public, oh, he launched me with a knife. I had no choice. I feared for my life. And you shot the man while he was in his home. I'm pissed off about this. It's like history repeating itself all over again. So y'all let me know what you think about this story. Like, click, subscribe, and remember to click the notification bell for all the news and commentary. Rest in peace, Matthew Zadok Williams. This is Lions Den signing off. Deuces.